Today is September 10th, 2001. The sun shines, the wind blows, the birds chirp, and we open our eyes to just another day. Our movement exists only in the bowels of our own self-contained, conditioned prison-like realities. As we move from the bed to the shower, from the shower to the closet, from the closet to the fridge, maybe. From the fridge to the front door, from the front door out into traffic, from traffic to work, from work back in reverse. Work, traffic, door, fridge, closet, shower, bed. And for our supposed 36.4 million black Americans not homeless or in prison, this cycle continues day after day after day after day. Today is September 10th, 2001. As a whole, we own few institutions, and America fears us. And these are the facts. Of our supposed 12.9% of the total population, 60% of us live in one of 10 states. Of those 10, 5 states have populations of 2 million or more blacks apiece, which means that any of you listening to this poem at this date on this time are probably listening to it from one of the 10 and even more likely one of the 5 states with the highest black populations. Just the facts. At this date, on this time, as we roll out of bed, shower, eat, dress, roll out to work, roll back into traffic, eat, undress, shower, and roll back into bed under the misdirection of a president who has the lowest public approval rating than any other president in recent history. 49% of all murder victims today will be black, many from drug-related crimes. It is reported that 90% of the drugs that come into this country come from Latin America, the other 10 from the Caribbean. There is no report on the heroin that is a predominant export of Pakistan to the U.S. through our own government. Today, on September 10th, 2001. Today, on September 10th, 2001, in a country where your president bought the people's vote to elect himself into office, 13% or 1.4 million blacks do not have the right to vote because of felony convictions. 46 states deny prisoners the right to vote. 32 prohibit this right even while on parole or on probation. Only 404 of approximately 200,000 ex-cons have had their voting rights restored. Over 51% of the jail population is black. Today, on September 10th, 2001. Once again, we are supposedly only 12.9% of the total U.S. population. Today, on September 10th, 2001, in a country where your president once governed a state that issued the death penalty more times than all other states combined during his terms in office, America has the highest incarceration rate in the industrialized world, 4 times higher than that of South Africa during apartheid. Private-owned prisons are paid based on an inmate occupancy per day. The Corrections Corporation of America trades stocks on the New York Stock Exchange. The private-owned prison industry is worth over $4 billion. In the space of a decade, the number of women inmates has tripled since 1985. Black women representing the largest and fastest growing demographic of that group. The rate of imprisonment for Hispanic women is over 4 times greater than that of white women. The rate of imprisonment for black women is over 8 times greater than that of white women. Over half of all new inmates are imprisoned for offenses involving neither harm nor threat of harm to anyone. 1 in 5 federal prisoners were low-level drug offenders with no record of violence, sophisticated criminal activity, or prior records. Whites are more likely than non-whites to be sentenced below an applicable mandatory minimum. The average sentence for blacks is over 49% higher than that of whites. Today, on September 10th, 2001, in a country where your president is a known drug offender, Blacks make up only 13% of all drug users. But 80% of those convicted of crack possession, 35% of those arrested for any drug possession, 55% of those convicted of drug possession, and 74% of those in prison for drug possession were black. Conversely, 72% of all drug users and more than 50% of all crack users are white. Today, on September 10th, 2001, when your president is viewed nationwide as incompetent and impassive toward any civil rights issues, black mothers are almost 3 times as likely to die in childbirth than white mothers. Native American women are the victims of a violent crime twice that of black women and 2.5 times greater than that of white women. Native American women have a greater chance of being raped than both black or white women. The perpetrator, 82% of the time, is white. Today, where your president joins world leaders to send medical aid to Africa, 70,000 South African teachers are infected with AIDS. In South Africa, 1 teacher dies per day due to this virus. By some strange coincidence, since government-funded World Health Organizations first started immunizing Africans for hepatitis B, 24.5 million of them have become infected by AIDS, making up 80% of the world's deaths from this virus. In Africa, the disease kills 10 times more people than all the wars on the entire continent combined. But today, on September 10th, 2001, as you lie down onto your red, white, and blue pillow, taking your safety for granted as an American citizen, despite being denied the full rights and privileges of any true citizen of this country, you smile. Blind to the country's atrocities inflicted upon the citizens of the world, blind to this country's atrocities inflicted upon you. Today, as you lie down to sleep, ignoring your ancestors' screams to you to act, dismissing them as a discomforting whisper on the edge of a dream, these things are happening. These are the facts. But 2 days later, 2 days later, your bed, shower, closet, fridge, door, traffic, work, traffic, door, fridge, closet, shower, bed, ass has the sheer audacity to drive your car to work with an American flag ridiculously waving from your window or car antenna. You, in your conditioned, blind acceptance, dare to buy into this. We are the world. War on foreign terrorism. America good, Arab evil, powerful, president, perverse propaganda. God bless America. Bullshit. You, 2 days later, awake, still asleep from under your red, white, and blue cover, smiling at the thought of the hunt for bin Laden, cheering on those officials who proclaim to protect you from foreign invasion from abroad while they work to invade you from within, passing bills to allow official authority to tap into your phone. Intercept your email, gain access to your home if you are found under the suspicion of the intent to use violence or intimidation in the pursuit of political aims. Innocence does not allow the destruction of your fingerprints, does not end inquiries into your privacy, does not protect you from being harassed again. 2 days later, you may find yourself arrested for listening to this poem under the Patriot or provide appropriate tools required to intercept and obstruct terrorism act of 2001. You fly this flag, the representation of all this suffering, while 12 million black African babies are orphaned, while an average of 5,500 Africans have succumbed to AIDS on this day, while American controlled and trained paper leaders inflict genocide upon our South American and Haitian brothers, while an American instigated civil war rages on across Central Africa, while in our own black yards, black children are starving, black employment is bleak, black unity seems to be at an all-time low, and American designated black leaders are weak. Thousands of black babies are still born addicted to drugs. 30% of all black Americans are still living below poverty. Like the Australian Aborigines, Native Americans are still held prisoners in their own land. The supposed 36.4 million black Americans are still denied any form of restitution for over 400 years of forced labor, for 536 years of being denied the human rights of any man, for 100 years of being denied the voting rights of the citizen of any land, for 136 years of being denied the civil rights of any man. 2 days later, our children are still not properly reared by us. Our men are still not properly respected by us. Our women are still not properly revered by us. 2 days later, we still own few institutions, and somehow, the president's approval rating is through the roof. Today is September 12th, America still fears us. But sadly, ain't a damn thing changed. And no, I ain't mad. Not really. I'm just a goddamn poet, pushing proper propaganda to some people that need to hear some truth. Love, respect, build, and deal with your own. And tomorrow can be a better